I meant to include one more piece of information on that fleet that sailed around the world and stopped here at Hunters Point. All of the ships were painted bright white, and they got the nickname the Great White Fleet. So if you've ever heard that in history, the Great White Fleet stopped here as part of their around the world tour.
There in 2016 it's going to be the Great Green Fleet.
The Great Green
Fleet. Green Fleet is going to be sailing around the world. Based on clean energy. Biofuels.
The Great Green Fleet?
Yes.
If you want to see some keel blocks, do you know where Crane Cove
Okay.
is at
No.
70?
No.
I apologize for the difficulty in seeing these. If you look kind of at the end of the whitish, grayish building, and right in front of that, it looks maybe a concrete colored building, there's two posts that are sticking straight up. And they're about a little over a truck width apart. When the Navy does excavation for soil here at Hunters Point, there's always potential for radiological contamination. So besides all of the sampling we do, the scanning we do to make sure we remove all that, there's one final fail-safe, and that is this portal monitor here. And what a portal monitor does is it detects very low levels of radiation. Now radiation exists naturally.
Hello?
It's in your backyard, it's in your soil. When you go outside and the sun shines on you, you're getting radiated by the sun. It's part of life. And this right here will detect levels that are natural. So in 2015 at least, approximately 20 truckloads went through this per month. And out of those, one set off the alarm out of each time. And it set off the alarm not because there was something unusual, it was because it was just background radiation that set off the alarm. So it's a very, very high detector ability, and our final fail-safe to make sure that no soil gets off the property without having any radiological issues.
Excuse me, before you take off, could you, with your finger, point out the portal monitor? I can't see back here, and I would like to know what it is.
I'm sorry, it's a yellow.
Oh, is that small yellow cone?
There's two posts that go up.
The two yellow poles and the two white poles that are connected to it.
Yeah.
Two yellow poles and
They're really
The
skinny.
yellow poles are tall and the white poles are connected to them and they're shorter.
When you play your film back, I'm certain you'll see it.
No, I'm trying to take a photograph of
I
it.
apologize, we can't get any closer. The roads really aren't made for a bus this large.
What level of radiation would set that thing off, and what would be the indicator?
So the question was what level of radiation would set it off, and what would be the indicator? That these tests for general radioactive activity.
Gamma.
And did you say gamma, Lily?
No, this is gamma.
So gamma.
Gamma?
That's a type of radioactive wave. And it goes off at background conditions, so just natural conditions, which is a very, very low level of radiation. Radiation is a problem at high levels. Okay, make no mistake. But these detectors are made to detect if it's above just what you would have in your backyard. So it's very good detection system.
Did it change color, or did?
Oh, there's alarm sounds. Yeah, there's alarm sounds.
Since we're on the subject of radiation, I've read and heard many stories that the ships used in Bikini Atoll atomic tests in the late 1940s, early 1950s were brought here for decontamination, and a lot of that nuclear contaminated material from atomic blasts remained on site. In fact, some of the sand was used to pave the walkways in the living areas. Did this actually happen, and what kind of radiological cleanup did you have to do, or are you doing at this site?
Yeah, well, first off, it's very true. The fleet that was over in the Bikini Atoll when they did nuclear testing, they came back to Hunters Point and they were decontaminated here. We've done an extensive, this is why this base, we've spent more on this base than any other base in the world on cleanup, is the extent of testing we're doing to make sure that that none of that radiological waste stays on the base after we're gone, so it's protected. I can tell you about 5% of the soil that we've removed has been contaminated with low levels of radiological activity. It's still very low, but about 5% has been removed. So it's real, and we're taking care of it and make sure it's safe when we're gone.
Rumor has it that was called black sand, and that has.
You have to raise your hand and let me get you.
Sorry. Okay. Rumor has it that that was called black sand. The stuff that was blasted off those ships was called black sand, and they made paths out of it that were all sparkly that kids loved to play on. They found out it was radioactive and they took it out. Is that true?
I did say rumor.
I don't have any information on that. Lily, do you?
Hi, a little bit of information. So I was told that the sandblast grid, some of it was this type called Black Beauty, and it was black, and that it had naturally occurring radiation in it. And so that would be part of this cleanup that Derek was talking about that's been very, very extensive. And so just to be on the safe side, the Navy has gone the extra mile and done so much cleanup that, as he said, only a small percentage of what they have dug out has ended up testing as being radioactive to the degree that it would need to be considered appropriate to send to a low-level radioactive waste landfill. There's a fact sheet here, if you're interested, that shows that of the buildings, only 8% of them had contamination requiring cleanup. He just mentioned the soil, but the Navy's also removed 28 miles of pipe of sanitary sewer and storm drains, and of that, only 2% was found to have any